Chapter 53, Connor. Connor wants to fight. He wants to mistreat the staff and disobey every rule because he knows if he does, it will get this over with faster. But he won't give in to the urge for two reasons. One, it's exactly what they want him to do. And two, Risa. He knows how it will devastate her to see him led to the chop shop. That's what the kids call it, the chop shop, although they never say it in front of the staff. Connor is a celebrity in his dormitory. He finds it absurd and surreal that the kids here see him as some sort of symbol when all he did was survive. It can't all be true, right? The kid who sleeps in the bed next to his asks the first night. I mean, you didn't really take on an entire squad of juvie cops with their own trank guns. No, it's not true, Connor tells him, but denying it just makes the kid believe it even more. They didn't really shut down the entire freeway looking for you, another kid says. It was just one freeway, and they didn't shut it down. I did, sort of. So then it is true. It's no use. No amount of downplaying the story can convince the others that the Akron AWOL is not some larger-than-life action figure. And then there's Roland, who, as much as he despises Connor, is now riding Connor's fame wave for all it's worth. Although Roland's in another unit, wild stories are already getting back to Connor how he and Roland stole a helicopter and liberated 100 unwinds being held in a Tucson hospital. Connor considers telling them that all Roland did was turn them in, but decides life is literally too short to start things up with Roland again. There's one kid Connor speaks to who actually listens and can tell the truth from the fabrications. His name is Dalton. He's 17, but short and stocky, with hair that has a mind of its own. Connor tells him exactly what happened on the day he went AWOL. It's a relief to have someone believe the truth. Dalton, however, has his own perspective on it. Even if that's all that happened, Dalton says, it's still pretty impressive. It's what the rest of us wish we could have done. Connor has to admit that he's right. You're like king of the unwinds here, Dalton tells him, but guys like you get unwound real quick, so watch yourself. Then Dalton takes a long look at him. You scared? He asks. Connor wishes he could tell him different, but he won't lie. Yeah. He seems almost relieved that Connor's scared too. In group, they tell us that the fear will pass and we'll get to a place of acceptance. I've been here almost 6 months, and I'm just as scared as the day I got here. 6 months? I thought everyone goes down in a few weeks. Dalton leans in close and whispers, as if it's dangerous information. Not if you're in the band. A band? The thought of there being music at a place where lives are silenced doesn't sit well with Connor. They set us up on the roof of the chop shop and have us play while they're bringing kids in, Dalton says. We play everything. Classics, pop, old world rock. I'm the best bass player this place has ever seen. And then he grins. You should come listen to us tomorrow. We just got a new keyboard player. She's hot.
Ian Pettit and Chris Schultz, please report to the office.
Volleyball in the morning, Connor's first official activity. Several staffers in their rainbow of flowered shirts stand on the sidelines with clipboards because apparently the volleyball court isn't equipped with 12 individual cameras. From behind them, on the roof of the chop shop, music plays. Dalton's band. It's their soundtrack for the morning. The opposing team completely deflates when they see Connor, as if his mere presence will ensure their loss. Never mind that Connor stinks at volleyball. To them, the Akron AWOL is a star in every sport. Roland's on the opposing team as well. He doesn't wilt like the others. He just glares, holding the volleyball, ready to serve it down Connor's throat. The game begins. The intensity of play can only be matched by an undercurrent of fear that runs beneath every tap of the ball. Both teams play as if their losers will immediately be unwound. Dalton had told Connor that it doesn't work that way, but losing can't help either. It reminds Connor of the Mayan game of Pocketalk, something he learned about in history class. The game was a lot like basketball, except that the losers were sacrificed to the Mayan gods. At the time, Connor thought it was cool. Roland spikes the ball, and it hits one of the staffers in the face. Roland grins before he apologizes, and the man glares at him, making a note on his clipboard. Connor wonders if it will cost Roland a few days. Then suddenly, the game pauses because everyone's attention begins to shift to a group of kids in white passing the far side of the court. Those are tithes, a kid tells Connor. You know what those are, right? Connor nods. I know. Look at them. They think they're so much better than everyone else. Connor has already heard how tithes are treated differently than the regular population. Tithes and terribles. That's how the staff refers to the two kinds of unwinds. Tithes don't participate in the same activities as the terribles. They don't wear the same blue and pink uniforms the terribles wear. Their white silk outfits are so bright in the Arizona sun you have to squint your eyes when you look at them, like they were adolescent versions of God himself, although to Connor they look more like a little squad of aliens. The terribles hate the tithes the way peasants despise royalty. Connor might have once felt the same way, but having known one, he feels more sorry for them than anything else. I hear they know the exact date and time of their unwinding, one kid says. I hear they actually make their own appointment, says another. The ref blows his whistle. All right, back to the game. They turn away from the bright white uniforms of the chosen few and add one more layer of frustration to the match. For a moment, as the tithes disappear over a hillside, Connor thinks that he recognizes a face among them, but he knows it's just his imagination.